It's easy to see why a lot of people are getting hooked on bird watching. With more than 9,000 species of birds all over the world, spotting some rare ones out in the wild is like finding a rare Pokémon. But a word to the wise, keep your guards up when you get too close to some of these flying creatures if you don't want to be pecked to death. Keep an eye out on these 10 most dangerous birds on Earth. What's up, Facnatics? This is Discovery Amuse, serving up your daily dose of the most outrageous, outlandish, and out-of-this-world fun facts. Did you know that there's a certain type of bird that's actually poisonous?
Oh no.
Stick around till number 1 to find out what that is. Bring your binoculars, because here we go.
The old man is so tiny.
Number 10, Giant Petrel. These scavenging species of birds commonly found in the Antarctic region are such opportunistic feeders, they will eat almost anything they can get their huge bills into. And they can go to great lengths just to satisfy their seemingly insatiable hunger. Giant petrels are so aggressive, they are known to beat or drown other birds to death and rip open the carcasses with their strong bills. They also are not easily intimidated by humans, as some of them even follow fishing boats to pick fish out of the nets like an aerial pirate.
Hey! Look at me, sure. Look at me, sure. I'm the captain now.
They have also earned the nickname stinkers for their repulsive habit of puking on anyone or anything that they deem as their enemy. Ugh. Who needs drunk friends when you have these nasty birds? Ew. Keep watching because you don't want to be within flight radius of our number 1 entry. Number 9, bearded vulture. See their reddish feathers? Mind you, that's not their natural plumage. That's actually from the red-tinged soil which they use to dye their feathers to give off that fiery appearance fit for these kings of badassery. The bearded vulture, also known as Lammergeier in German, typically reach over 4 feet in height and can have a wingspan of up to 10 feet. They apply iron oxide-stained dirt on their feathers with their claws and comb their feathers with their beaks for about an hour to achieve that Cheetos-like glow that is almost like a status symbol to their breed. And as if that's not enough proof of their aggressive nature, these scavengers tend to carry their prey's carcass up in the air and drop it from hundreds of feet high to shatter the remains into bite-sized pieces. And their preferred body parts? Bones and bone marrow. Could any bird get any more hardcore?
No way.
Yes way, Ted!
Number 8, Australian Magpie. Imagine having a nice, leisurely day out on your bike when all of a sudden you get attacked by these real-life angry birds.
Getting swooped again.
During springtime, the Aussies face the peculiar problem of swooping magpies that have caused several injuries to cyclists and pedestrians alike. These birds become particularly aggressive during mating season, and they wouldn't think twice about attacking humans that cross their territory. Some cyclists have even resorted to wearing special helmets to fend off the territorial creatures. While fatal incidents are rare, one particular Australian magpie had been wreaking terror in northwestern Sydney for 3 years and even gave one resident a literal heart attack. This left authorities no choice but to shoot down the magpie in September of 2019. In another incident, a 76-year-old cyclist died from head injuries after crashing his bike while trying to evade a swooping magpie. Paramedics tried to save the man, but he eventually passed away in the hospital. Number 7, Peregrine Falcon. I wouldn't blame you for admiring this bird of prey from afar. With its dark blue-gray body with a contrasting underside, the peregrine falcon sure is a thing of beauty.
Oh my God! Wow!
And when it flies, It outstretches its sleek 40-inch wings to fly up to speeds of 65 miles per hour. But once it spots a prey while perched on a cliff or a high tree, it virtually zooms toward its victim at over 200 miles per hour, which makes the peregrine falcon the fastest animal on the planet. These feathered fighter jets, which mostly feed on other birds like pigeons, mourning doves, and songbirds, capture their prey with their sharp talons and kill it, severing its backbone. And when a human or animal dares to get anywhere near their nests, peregrine falcons won't mind its enemy size and will protect their nests with all their might. In short, don't you ever try to ruffle their feathers.
My personal favorite, the pacifier!
Number 6. Great Horned Owl. If this video is anything to go by, then the Great Horned Owl could definitely rival the almighty peregrine falcon. These nocturnal hunters, commonly spotted in forests of the Arctic region all the way to South America, have a particular craving for raccoons, rabbits, squirrels, skunks, and other birds. But cats and dogs aren't completely excluded from their hit list. Even this poor pup didn't escape the wrath of a great horned owl that got lost in a quiet neighborhood in Edmonton, Canada.
When I tried to tiptoe over, he actually turned his head and gave me quite the stare down. The only time we've seen an owl is in the zoo.
Number 5. Common Loon. In July of 2019, the lifeless body of a bald eagle was discovered in a lake in Bridgeton, Maine. At first, researchers suspected it fell victim to a bird hunter, but later on, they confirmed that the eagle was actually stabbed straight in the heart by the sharp beak of a common loon. Who knew these seemingly peaceful water birds could be savage killers?
Oh my God.
The common loon is named after their clumsy stance when it walks on land, but make no mistake, they are extremely territorial and can maneuver with fatal grace when in water. Think black swan, but with a dagger-like beak. The common loon treats its lake like its own kingdom, and to defend its territory from those who try to encroach it, the bird dives underwater and attacks its enemy like a torpedo. As for their eating habits, loons usually stab their victim and grasp it, eat the head first, and then swallow the entire prey whole. So don't be seduced by the eerily beautiful sounds they make. If you don't want to end up a human skewer. Number 4. Ostrich. In August of 2020, like a scene from Jumanji, the streets of a gated community in the middle of the urban jungle of Manila were ruffled by the sightings of 2 ostriches running like headless chickens. Apparently, the birds escaped from their private owner's house and caused a commotion among homeowners. And their fears are not entirely misplaced, because an ostrich's strong legs and extra sharp toes could fatally kick and slash humans and even larger predators. A frightened ostrich can also run at speeds of up to 45 miles per hour, so you better not provoke these feisty fowls.
We gotta get out of here!
Don't be like American musician Johnny Cash, who famously got attacked by an ostrich when he swung a stick at one while strolling in the woods in 1981. The aggressive male ostrich slashed Johnny and almost ripped his chest open if it weren't for the strong belt buckle he was wearing at the time. Johnny, you were only supposed to walk the line, not cross it.
Because you're mine, I walk the line.
Number 3. Mute swans. Although its plumage is mostly white and its beak a bright orange, you can spot a mute swan with its pronounced knob on top of its beak. They may be less vocal than other species of swans, but that doesn't mean they can be your next cuddle buddy.
He's so fluffy, I'm gonna die.
Once you hear their loud hiss, that should be your signal to make a run for it. because what might happen next is an ugly attack that will make you regret you ever disturbed their peace. They smash their enemy with the bones in their wings and bite ferociously with their strong bill. Although it's a myth that their wings, which can span up to 8 feet wide, can break a human arm, that didn't stop some swans from indirectly killing a 37-year-old Illinois man named Anthony Hensley, who drowned in a pond after 2 swans swam towards him and caused Hensley to roll off his kayak. One of the swans kept shoving him underwater until Hensley met his untimely death at the feathers of the fierce birds.
It's a massive tragedy for his family, his loved ones, and everybody that knows him in the community. So for something like this to happen is horrible.
Number 2, Cassowary. One look at their toes that bear a dagger-like nail, and you know these strange-looking birds are not one to mess with. Cassowaries, typically found in certain parts of Australia and New Guinea, are usually wary of humans, but when they are provoked, they won't hesitate to slash their enemies to protect themselves. Their muscular legs pack a serious kick, and the claws on their inner toe that could reach up to 5 inches long can definitely send someone straight to the ER. In fact, a 75-year-old Florida man named Marvin Hajos succumbed to the injuries he sustained when a large cassowary, which he owned for years, viciously attacked him in April of 2019. Before we go to our number 1 pick, do us a solid and make sure to smash the subscribe button and hit the notification bell. Don't forget to choose all so you won't miss out on any of our latest life-changing, boredom-busting content. And of course, be sure to turn on notifications in your app's settings. Number 1, Pitohui. Have you ever heard of a bird with poisoned feathers?
Are you mad?
Apparently, one such species of songbird exists in the jungles of Papua New Guinea, and even the locals know better not to touch these highly toxic tweeters. A pitohui's feathers and skin have been found to contain a venom called batrachotoxins, which are similar to that found in poison dart frogs. One scratch or jab from its beak can make you go numb.
What is it?
And in high doses, this toxin can cause paralysis, heart attack, and death. It was later discovered that the pitohuis acquired the poison from the species of beetles they preyed on, but as to why the birds actually picked the toxic beetles as their main food source remains a mystery.
I don't need sleep, I need answers.
So, which among these birds would you absolutely avoid like the plague? Let us know in the comments section below. Take home any of our exclusive gear by browsing our merch shelf or clicking the link in the video description, and while you're at it, take our quiz to find out how you can earn extra cash online doing what you do best. Awesome, right? Want to find more fantastic beasts? Then don't miss our countdown of the 10 most unique hybrid animals that actually exist. Till then, stay chirpy, Facnetics, and see you in the next video.